How can small companies compete with major brands online? We're about to talk about that. I am Daniel Burstein, the Director of Editorial Content at MarketingSherpa. We are here at the MarketingSherpa Media Center at IRCE, and joining me now is Frank Morosky, the owner of Flat D Innovations. Thanks for joining us, Frank.
Sure, Daniel. Happy to help.
So we were talking about, you're a small company. You have an odor control product. You have a product for people who don't like dealing with bad smells. And you have some major companies you have to compete with, like Febreze, for example. So how did you compete with these major companies and get found online?
Well, anytime you're trying to do something against the big companies, you just refine your niche as small as you can and try to do it a little better than they do. And because us small companies are nimble and we can, create some things quickly, get it out on the internet, and see if it'll fly.
Yeah, so we talked about Febreze, so if people have an odor problem, Febreze covers it up. But you guys identified a new niche where it's actually activated charcoal and it absorbs the odor instead of just covering it up. So I think that's a great lesson for a lot of companies, that they don't have to try to compete with major brands the way major brands are operating. They find the right niche where they can serve the customers a little different.
Mm-hmm. And did you want to know about our little niche?
Yeah, let's hear about it.
Yep. A lot of people that are trying to be social, they maybe had gastric bypass surgery, they had colon surgery, and they create a lot of excessive gas. So we developed and patented the flatulence deodorizer. It's an activated charcoal cloth pad that people put in their underwear next to their buttocks, and it absorbs gas odor. And so people that have gastric bypass and other things like that with colon surgery have a lot of gas. And what are the poor people with gastric bypass trying to do? They want to be social. They're getting skinny, and they want to be out social and meet with. And these people, unfortunately, because of their surgery, they create a lot of gas. So we help them.
Yeah, so when you have a niche product like that, right? So again, people are able to find you because you've got that niche. But now when they get to your site, I might be a little skeptical. I don't understand this niche. Why should I buy it? And especially something like that, that's a little, definitely different from what they're used to.
Brand new to the world thing. And so what do? We go out and Google when we have a medical condition. And we hope we show up highly for gastric bypass odors and colon surgery odor and things like that, or farts, or flatulence is the big word, because this is called the flatulence deodorizer. And then when they come out to our site, we of course have plenty of good content on the subject. I wrote a whole page on the site that ranks highly in Google. And then it directed to all of our products, and since we have a new-to-the-world product, we have to educate them about how this thing works, and activated charcoal absorbs odor, doesn't leave a scent. And so it's really been wonderful being on the internet, be able to give that information to people that are looking for it.
Yeah, so great. Once they get to your site, you really got to teach them why they should choose this niche over the major solutions. But then I would imagine customer service is very important. You must get a lot of questions.
We do. That's why we're live on the phone. And people give us a lot of great compliments that we answer the phone compared to the big companies don't. You can just get to their internet site and write them a question, but we pride ourselves being able to answer and solve their problems.
So especially when it's an embarrassing problem people are trying to solve, e-commerce is a great place to solve an embarrassing problem. You might not necessarily want to walk into a store, talk to someone face to face and say, I have this problem. But even if you're talking on the phone, how have you trained your customer service people for compassion and empathy, and is that important?
Well, of course, that's the bottom line of it all, is being a solutions provider. And yeah, we look for the people that are the most generous, kind, wanting to work with people. And because we have our phones open and we listen to customers, we started with one product like this. It's a patented product, and we've developed 30 others just by listening to customers on the phone say, my Dad doesn't want to put this in his underwear. Do you have something else? So we developed a chair pad that they could just put down on their seat and toot away while they're watching the football game.
Yeah, product development, I think, is a very underlooked benefit of customer service, right? If you're trying to create a real value proposition, really valuable product for your customers, listen to them and see what they want. So what were the results of this effort?
Well, sort of the results of the effort are, I'm sitting here, we've been in business 12 years.
Excellent.
And after being in business 2 months, we were profitable. And it's turned a little hobby thing for me, first couple of months into a full-time gig where I'm manufacturing and marketing these products and getting them out all over the world to over 50 countries now.
Congratulations. So I think that's a great lesson for all of us. If we're competing with major brands, don't try to compete on their playing terms. Try to find that right niche, serve that customer in the right way, and if it's a problem that the major brands can't serve because it's maybe a little embarrassing or something like that, have some compassion and empathy with those customers and learn from them.
Exactly.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your time, Frank.
Sure.
And thank you for watching, and you can get much more marketing tips and tactics and case studies and industry data at MarketingSherpa.com.